Okay. Oof. I still almost spilled it. Let me move this right here so I don't spill nothing and switch it back to Cam A. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Detroit Lions Weekly for August the 17th, 2023. Man, oh man, where do we even begin today? A lot of stuff to talk about. The Lions are entertaining another wide receiver. Denzel Mims has not played in almost 2 weeks, and now that trade looking like he won't even make the team. There's a possibility he can go on the practice squad, perhaps. Today was the last joint practice with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the last training camp people could attend, fans. So I was unable to make it. I wasn't feeling well, but let's shout out the chat. We got NFL Pro Edits. What's up? What did your name used to be? Grit, Mr. Poole says chair stream. Absolutely. Braylon, what is up? What is up? If you're in the chat, let me know. Hopefully everybody had a great week, and this is our third consecutive show. We're back. You know where we got to start. I might have to give me a new chair, too, because I feel like I need some lumbar support. We got to start with Jameson Williams. I feel like I'm playing damage control right now. I feel like I'm on damage control. You know what? I'm going to move this out the way because that thing over there was $699. And if I destroy that, I'm going to go and jump off my house. Oops, let me not say that too loud. YouTube has a way of knowing what you say. What's up, Arthur? Troy, what's up, man? Yeah, I was just telling you on Twitter, man, it's not a big deal. I'm going to essentially wait on you. If somebody else comes, I'll give you, I don't know, a day or something. I'll let you know, give you a day, and we'll go from there. It's not like a rush. Nobody's in my DMs trying to get the tickets, bro. So it's all good. What's up, Dog Life? Arthur Wilson. What's up? Ross Carpenter, Bonzilla. What's up, Blitz? What's going on with you? What's going on with me? Rich L, what's going on, everybody? I'm on the right channel, right? I am, yes, I'm on the right channel. Y'all scaring me. The Gridiron Blitz people are scaring me because they're over here. All right, so let's talk about it. Jameson Williams. His name is not going to be mentioned for like the next 2 months because he is out with a hamstring. He will not be playing in Saturday's game. He most likely will not be playing in the Friday game after that, the preseason finale. Then he's out for 3 weeks. 6 games in total. He cannot be at the facility. He cannot even get treatment from the team at all. Jameson Williams is essentially on his own. Now, suspension aside, I think that's busted. And I think I just, when you start to look at like the business side of the NFL, they're real dirty. And I said I was always, after hearing, like, learning about Calvin Johnson and what he went through with the Detroit Lions, it's like I'm always going to side on the side of the players. This guy bets from a phone in a hotel on a college basketball game, and they won't even give him treatment on an injury he received while at training camp. Like, the NFL is dirty, and I guess they say, hey, we're paying you millions of dollars. We can be as dirty as we want to be. That whole thing is busted. But that aside, I feel like I'm on damage control because the fan base is already ready to turn the page on Jameson Williams. I mean, they're ready to trade him. They're ready to cut him. They're ready to do, and none of that is happening. They're ready to do all of that. And I think I feel like I'm the one on damage control. I mean, obviously, Mr. Poole as well, and you probably fight your battles, but I'm just like, the amount of people ready to move on from Jameson Williams is astounding to me. And I think it's because of what we perceive. He didn't want to be here because he didn't smile when he was drafted. His name is always being brought up. And I'm going to tell you how I think this goes. If Jameson Williams is not hurt and we draft him, I don't think the reaction is the same. Everybody was excited when we drafted him. Nobody had anything to say. Y'all were ready to put this dude up for a year. That's how eager you were for Jameson Williams to be on our team. I remember specifically some of y'all in the comment section. It's like, we didn't draft him for this year. Yeah, that's right. I did my little neck roll. We didn't draft Jameson for this year. Matter of fact, hold on. I got it for you. This is what y'all was saying.
We didn't draft Jameson Williams for next year. For this year, we drafted him for next year. We drafted him for the future. You need to chill out. What's wrong with you?
That was y'all. And now, Jameson Williams is shelved. He's hurt. Popped a hammy. Happens all the time. But we can't cut him any slack. What's up, Eric? Mr. Poole says, I got to drive. I'll be listening. Yes, absolutely. Be safe. Focus on the road. J-Mo will be fine, guys. He has 0 regular season drops. He is lightning fast. He is 22 years old. Please, guys, just be patient. Well, you know what, Deluxe? You probably have, as far as on YouTube, the most sense that I've heard at all in the comment section. It's just, I was saying this after the game. It doesn't appear like Detroit Lions fans know how to have anything nice. I went to Pro Sports Zone yesterday, got me a shirt for training camp because I wanted to wear a new shirt. And I see a Stafford jersey next to a Hutchinson jersey. Now, to me, that is blasphemy. But in his defense, the store owner, he also had Cincinnati stuff there. But I'm like, why is this here? Like, it was all Detroit except this one little section of teams that have nothing to do with the Detroit Lions or anything Detroit. But it's almost like we can't have anything nice. We don't know how to act when you have something nice. And we are ready, just like we're ready to convert back to SOL. You would not believe how many fans, I'm sure I'm talking to somebody right now. There's somebody, we got 78 people in the chat. And I'm sure one of you is ready to convert back to an SOL fan. I know that you're out there. We can't seem to have anything nice. NFL really is crap for not giving J-Mo treatment. Yeah, I think that whole thing is busted. I looked for you at training camp. Yeah, Patty, I didn't go today, man. I wasn't feeling well this morning. I think he will be great. Still just needs to work on his hands. That's facts. He has to work on his hands. But the dude popped a hamstring running. It happens all the time. The NFL is literally 100% injury rate. Somebody somewhere during the season is going to deal with something. Every player is Frank Ragnow has an inoperable toe, and he played the entire season. So it's like we have to give ourselves. We have something nice. Let's accept that. Now, as far as the Jameson Williams bust, that's terrible. I'm not ready to slap that label on him yet. What's up? Nick H says, what up, Derek? How's it going, man? It's going fine. How are you? Wolf King says, I love J-Mo. Rich says, not me. I love J-Mo, but it seems there's always something going on with him. Okay, Paul, let me ask you this. And this is not directed toward you, Paul, but I'm curious. Is it that it's always something going on with Jameson Williams, or we find something going on with Jameson Williams? And here's what I mean. We live in an age of social media. Right? When Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford, all those guys, when they were in, I don't know how old Twitter is, Instagram is, but when they were drafted, social media isn't what it is now. Jameson Williams is, what is he? He is 9 years older than my child. My child only knows the internet. He only knows high-speed internet. He has no idea what dial-up even sounds like. I played it for him, and he was like, what is this? Right? So my point is, everything is accessible immediately. If Jameson Williams is at Coney Island and somebody puts an Instagram, or he does it himself, it's going to be everywhere. He's passing out money to kids. Yeah, he recorded himself doing it. That's where we are. So you take that stuff away, those social media moments. Is it the same, or is he just another receiver who is hurt? Or is it because when we drafted him, he was hurt to begin with? And my thing to Lions fans is this. To me, if you were one of the ones that was ecstatic about, I remember y'all saying, put him on ice. He's that good. He's that important to the future. Put him on ice the entire year. And now you're ready to throw him to the wolves. This fan base, man, this is like the one negative thing about talking Detroit Lions. It's some other fan bases that are kooky, but our fan base, we will turn on you in a second. But the thing that grinds my gears, and I understand, and we'll move on, but I understand why it's like this. What grinds my gears is I understand Stafford played here for over a decade. I understand to a lot of y'all love Stafford to death, like he was family. And you follow him to the Super Bowl. You follow him to a Super Bowl in which he did not thank anyone in the city of Detroit. And yet, Jameson Williams, who your general manager drafted, you will not get behind this kid. You are ready to turn your back on him as fast as he was drafted. And that's what I don't understand. I just don't understand. We rather rep the Detroit Rams than support a guy that currently plays for our team, who, by the way, you were ridiculous about when he was drafted. We got 24-hour sports. Where you at, man? I can't deal with the whole he can't get treatment deal. Just imagine if it was a legit injury. 24, that's busted. And I hope you got my answer to your question on the other channel. Me trying to play RuneScapes in 2006 with my mom on the phone. Man, please, you couldn't do nothing. Why would he thank Detroit after winning a Super Bowl for his new team? Why wouldn't he thank Detroit? Because see, okay. I'm gonna act like that you must have didn't know, right? You didn't know about the whole Detroit Rams. You didn't know that Matthew Stafford was aware of the Detroit Rams cheering him all the way to the Lombardi Trophy. All the love he was getting. Don't get me started on Stafford, bro. Not today. Not today. Why wouldn't he thank Detroit? Because we wished him well. We was all on next time. We were all on the Detroit Rams. They sold out the shirts, bro. Come on, man. Don't get your boy excited today because I am not in the mood. It's rainy outside. I didn't get to go to training camp. I've been dealing with Jameson Williams haters all day long, okay? If you were cheering for Matthew Stafford and you sold out Detroit Rams shirts, then he should have said thank you because we sure couldn't leave him, could we? We sure couldn't leave Matthew Stafford because he was still our quarterback and he was playing for another team. I can't, bro. Not today. A lot of fans want microwave results, but the taste of grandma's cooking, greatness takes patience. Now, I will say this. It ain't nothing Jameson Williams can do but show up. That's it. That's all he can do. There's one way to quiet this thing. Put in the work. Get the results. We don't want to hear next year this is happening. You know about gambling. Stop. You know what I'm saying? So this is on him. Like, he has the ability to change this. But what I'm trying to get to is the fan. The Detroit Lions fan. I hate Detroit Lions. It's Detroit Lions. Okay? The Detroit Lions fan. We can't have nothing nice. I have always been pro Jared Goff. You've never heard me waver. I thought he was going to get benched in 2021. He did not. Okay? But I've never turned my back on Jared Goff. If you were cheering on when we drafted Jameson Williams, you can't stop cheering now. The dude has only played in 6 games. Your general manager drafted a hurt wide receiver, and ain't nobody have a problem with that then. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? This is his first year, essentially. And he got caught up on a rule that looks like 95% of the NFL didn't even know about, and then pops a hammy in practice. It could be worse. He could have had a ruptured Achilles, torn ACL, like my man Doolin over in the Colts, and now he's out 2 years. And I guarantee you, y'all would want to take this man out back. I just can't. What's up, Dave? Says Brad always picks dogs. I believe J-Mo will become one. Well, here's the thing. Every single draft pick that the Detroit Lions have drafted since he arrived, meaning Brad Holmes, is currently on the roster. Speaking of that, okay, let's get into this because I had to defend myself this week, okay? Because I made a statement that a lot of y'all was hurt about. And I'm ready to get into it, okay? I'm ready to get into it, so let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. Let me get a sip first. Because this one going to get spicy. I made a video, okay, a couple days ago about the 53-man roster. Yeah, I missed the linebackers. I was scrolling, and I completely missed. But in that video, I said something that a lot of y'all had a problem with, so let's talk about it, because now we can talk about it in real time. What I said was, Julian Okwara and James, the Sackmaster Houston, will have a hard time making a team. The 53-man roster. Now, you might say, what I got in the comment section was, you're crazy if you think that. Okay. James Houston was cut last year. But this was before his eight sacks in 6 games or whatever it was, right? Dan Campbell has said that James Houston got some work to do. And they're putting him in a different position. They're putting him in like at linebacker. He's playing some linebacker. What I said was that he's going to have a hard time making it. I don't think 8 sacks guarantees he makes the team, because James Houston needs to be more than a one-trick pony. And I don't like using that term, but I used it today, okay? I didn't say he wasn't going to make the team. I said it's going to be hard to make the team. 53-man roster. If James Houston doesn't make the team, that's because somebody was better than him. Is somebody on our team better than James Houston? I don't know. I don't know yet. We got to see. But y'all was really, really hurt about the 6th-round pick that got 8 sacks in 5 games or whatever it was, that I was crazy if I said he has a hard time making the team. I don't think it's guaranteed that he makes the team. That's all I'm saying. Practice squad, well, somebody come scoop him up, not if he protected. All I'm saying is this, and then what y'all didn't hear is I said he probably will make the team. If it was between him and Julian, he would make the, oh my God. But I said James Houston is going to have a hard time making the team, meaning he's going to have to earn his way on the team, just like everybody else. But, I can't say anything. And it's just, y'all are something else. Ben Foster, why is it that you can't say Nate Sutfield is trash, but when you say Lord J-Mo is trash? And so, Ben Foster, I ain't dealing with you today, bro. I'm not dealing. I'll see you in the comment section. You one of them little trolls, man. You tiptoe around. You remember the movie Cat's Eye with Drew Barrymore, and the little troll would come out of the little light socket thing? That's what you trying to be today, bro. I see you in that comment section. I see you in the comment. Nate Sutfield is trash. Hold on, let me do it right.
Nate Sutfield is trash.
He's garbage. He's garbage. J-Mo has not had an opportunity to be anything in the National Football League. Half of that is because of him. Half of that, no, I take it back. A third is him. A third is Roger Goodell. And a third is that he got hurt. Nate Sutfield, however, is trash. But don't be that little gremlin, man, from Cat's Eye. Don't be that guy. Because I see you, man. I see the Jameson Williams gremlins waiting in the wings but hold on now. Wait a minute. When we drafted him, because I remember, like Patrick's Farms, I remember everyone in my comment section blasting me because I had an attitude that we took him, okay? When our defense was the top priority. And to Ben Foster and everybody else in the comments that feels like they're ready to turn the page on Jameson Williams, remember when he was hurt? Remember, he's for the future? He's for the future. The future is still in front of us. So why are you mad now? If you wanted to put him up all year long, why are you mad now? Oh, no, Paul, this is what I do, bro. This is part of the shtick. I'm not falling for the trolls. This is what I do. This is why y'all love me, bro. I don't sit up there and pander to the audience. I don't do that. So I'm good, Paul. This is what I do, bro. This is how I got on this platform, by ranting. I'm going to be me. This is what I do, man. I'm good, Paul. Thank you, man. You might be a total moron if you call a player a bust before their 3rd year. It doesn't bother me. I'm just saying, Ben don't comment on it. He know what I'm talking about. And everybody else in the comment section that's ready to troll, it was like they were waiting, man, for Jim. I can't wait. Come out with the pitchforks to stab Jameson Williams. Why can't we support the guys on our team? Nate Sutfield is trash, but right now he on the team. I don't think he need to be, but he on the team. He's proven that he can't throw anything. Did anybody hear today about a practice interception? It's a totally different thing. You put J-Mo in the same category as Nate Sutfield, y'all need to go watch Valenti, man. Go watch somebody who's not a Detroit Lions fan talk about your team, because they're going to say what you want them to say. Dude hasn't played a full season, and he's a bust. Why do these morons watch? It's the same reason I don't know. Devontae Adams was a bust before he got good. He is disgrace. Who can we grab for a receiver right now? Hey, I got the perfect guy. Kenny Galladay. I'm just saying. Kenny Galladay, man. They said they looking for a wide receiver. And that I'm kind of nervous about that, because I'm wondering where you got Chase Cota, you got Dylan Drummond, you got all these other guys. Why do we need a wide receiver? So we can grab a receiver right now. As a Lions fan, I can see that is a weak point. Defense can now key on St. Brown. Okay, solo. Jameson Williams, well, we had DJ Chark, though, but he was also hurt. He went on IR for like 4 or 5 weeks, remember? So I feel that this is what we're going to miss, though. And this is kind of, if Denzel Mims doesn't make the team, that means that our only real deep threat is really Khalif Raymond. Marvin Jones is not really a deep threat. Josh Reynolds is not really a deep threat. But Chase Cota, he caught a decent ball yesterday. And who knows? Look, this is an opportunity for Chase Cota, Dylan Drummond to step up. Denzel Mims is probably not going to make the same. He has not played in 2 weeks. You got to be able to play. And everybody who loves Muhammad, if he don't play, he ain't making the team either. So I said Denzel was going to make the team, but that was assuming he played. He's not going to be able to play. He's not going to make the team. J-Mo hasn't played a full season. Like Stafford was a China doll when he first started, and now look what Stafford did. Michael, thank you. You know what? Let me give you one of these, bro. Let me give you this here. Thank you. Thank you. Matthew Stafford, year 1, year 2. He was Pillsbury Dough. Year 3. Can anybody tell me where did we go in year 3 of Matthew Stafford? Put it in the comment section. Where did we go? Okay, Ben. Ben says can't this I'll address this. Ben, what okay. So what is the I told you so? What did you tell us? That's what we want to know. If Jameson Williams has what? What is the criteria to validate you saying I told you so? And what is it that you told us? Because I want to be very clear. Because I just like you, my memory is very long as well. So whatever you put in here is what we're going to come back to. We haven't heard anything about Charles Harris, have we? No, we have not. No, we have not. Where's Hendon Hooker? He is there, but he's hurt. He has not been cleared to do anything. J-Mo is solid, but man, we got to have some fair criticism like real sports journalists and fans. Hey. But it's not fair. It's not fair. Give me somebody in the chat. If you're criticizing Jameson Williams, and I knew this was going to be the Jameson Williams defense stream, what is a fair criticism of Jameson Williams? I'll give you one. He needs to work on his hands. That's a fair criticism. He has to stop catching the ball with his body. A fair criticism. Maybe create some separation. A fair criticism. Criticizing him because he was drafted hurt in a game that he had no control of, that is an unfair criticism. He popped a hammy, an unfair criticism. I could get in the car today and not come home. I had nothing to do with that. That is something out of my control. We can't criticize something for something out of his control. Here's another thing too. Jeff Okudah. Most of the Lions fans wanted to give this guy every chance in the book. And you talking about a bigger bus. There's no bigger bus except, I don't want to say his name because he's no longer with us. So I'll use Mike Williams. Remember Mike Williams when we drafted him? That's a bus for you. Jeff Okudah, 3rd overall pick. That's a bus for you. Jameson Williams has not entered bus status in year 2 after playing 6 games, when 2 of his reasons for not being on the field were out of his control. What I think it is things compounded on each other. He was hurt. Because again, was anybody in this chat, I want you to please stand up. Please stand up and tell me if you were tripping when we drafted him. I'll wait. Let me know. Okay, Lion King says Jameson Williams' narrative is trending bust. Okay, why? Why is he trending bust? Give me a fair point as to why, and that's a term I love using, trending bust. Jeff Okudah was trending bust. He was always going to be a bust. Jameson Williams, I'm waiting on y'all to say in the comment section if you were disappointed that we drafted him, because I don't remember that. I don't remember you being disappointed. All J-Mo has to do is what St. Brown does, catch them passes from the machine every day. I agree with that. I was surprised. I really didn't think we were going to go, okay, Troy, let me rephrase that. Did you see my video? Did you see my video of my reaction for Jameson Williams? Yeah, surprise is one thing. If you were like me, if you had a problem with it. What's up, NFL kid? Jeff Okudah had 3 years. At least give J-Mo that. Okudah was 3rd overall. J-Mo literally had 5 games. Okay, but check this out. When Jameson Williams was drafted, he was always a smaller build, right? He was fast. Jameson Williams in the NFL, smaller kid. He fast. That boy fast. That boy fast. I heard no concerns, not one from any Lions fan when we drafted this guy. And that's what I'm saying. And now, all of a sudden, you want to turn your back and throw him in the trash. That's what I think is wrong with our fan base. I really do, man. And that's why I wanted to see Stafford fail. I'm not going to lie. Because the amount of people that followed him to the LA Rams was disgusting to me. It just was. And here it is that we're criticizing a 22-year-old kid for getting hurt, getting drafted while he was hurt, being hurt again, and not giving him a fair opportunity. And then some bogus NFL rule that Commissioner Goodell is in charge of. You can't do nothing about gambling. You can literally do anything else and appeal. Alvin Kamara, anybody? You can appeal. You can plead to the commissioner. You put your hand. Nothing about this is fair. It's almost like you know, they trying to do something to us, but you know, I wanted to see Stafford fail too. Me and Michael Grid, you jinxed the J. How did I jinx the J-Mo injury? I love J-Mo, excited for his future. The problem is his hands and are not an elite size. I noticed before I ever seen him catch an NFL pass. Now Jamar Chase had the same problem. He did. Jamar Chase, he a big dude though, but yeah, he did. And everybody was ready to do the same thing to Jamar Chase. They was ready to do it. And he came, and you know what, y'all? In all honesty, that's all Jameson Williams can do. All he can do is come out and shut everybody up. And when he have a 60-yard bomb where he's got 8 yards of separation on somebody, everybody's going to shut up. But that's how we are, man. Then he gets hurt again. I told you he was a buzz. He was the. Let's let the dude got 5 or 6 NFL games under his belt. What's up, Nate the Great? Says people letting that gambling suspension cloud their judgment. There is nothing else in the practice today worth mentioning. Is there anything? Well, I'm still waiting on some stuff to come out. I couldn't make it, but I did hear good things that the defense was the secondary was everywhere. Aiden Hutchinson was stepping up. So yeah, it's definitely some stuff to mention, but I knew that was going to take over the stream mostly. The Dern, I don't agree. Okay, you people are really starting. Calling him a bust is borderline idiotic. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Just give the kid an opportunity. And listen, if he is a bust, we will have an entire stream where I read off comments about how you were right. I am not looking, listen. Could you be right? You could. We don't know. You have a feeling. I understand that. I had that same feeling with Jeff Okudah. I also had that feeling with Matthew Stafford. And then year 3, Matthew Stafford. Did anybody answer the question as to where we went? Matthew Stafford, trending bust because he was super fragile. Year 3, where do we go? We almost win the division and we go to the playoffs. Now we got mollywopped by the Saints, but that's when the Saints was rolling. That's what I'm expecting from J-Mo. Big things. But we got to get a kid at least a season. Okay? Now, when he comes back this time next year, we'll have more of a conversation to have because he hopefully can come back after week 6 and do his thing. So it's just time to get a kid. We got to take the foot off his neck. That's what we got to do. Yeah, J-Mo hasn't even played a full season, yet now he's a bust. We don't have enough to call it. The jury is still out. That's the whole point. 203 catches from the Jugs, then play catch for an hour with the instruction repeat, all for 6 weeks. David, now that's the thing. People aren't built like St. Brown is fantastic. His work ethic is insane. And just it's so sad because what was it, Tuesday? When we saw Jameson smiling. He was smiling. And it was like, wow, That's the most I've seen him smile since he's been a Lion, right? And St. Brown comes over and was like, how does it feel to play with a guy like St. Brown? That and now we can't even have that because the preseason reps are taken away. This whole thing is unfortunate, and I really want this kid to succeed because not only does he need to succeed, but here's the thing too that I don't think some of y'all realize, and then we'll move on. Okay, Jameson Williams needs confidence. He has it, but he can also lose it, and hopefully he comes back with the same confidence he had before he got hurt, because we see what a person with low confidence. Jared Goff, when he got here, he was shook. I don't know what happened. What happened to Kenny Galladay? He got paid, and then that's what happened to him. So I'm wishing to get the best. How much spending cap can we spend? I think we have just under 20 million, maybe 19, 18, something like that. So we can make a move. Speaking of making a move, what is a receiver? Since Brad and Dan have talked about a wide receiver, what wide receiver would you like to see? I think it's probably going to be somebody who gets cut. I don't know. And it's kind of unfortunate, too, that the NFL has narrowed things down as far as taking those 2 cut days away, because there would have been people cut. It would have been, 10 guys or so cut this past Tuesday out of 32 teams. That's 320 people, right? So there's a receiver somewhere that the Lions could possibly bring in. Hey, 24, man, I'm telling you, bro. Detroit Lions fan base is something else. J-Mo had 40-yard TD, then a 40-yard rush, then a 50-yard TD called back. He has a lot of talent. We just got to wait. Yeah. They need to try to keep Coda or Drummond. They earn the spot. I think they both could stay, really, Ben. I really do. I think one will earn the spot, and then one will earn the practice squad. But listen, they could also both be on the team. They could both be on the team because Denzel Mims, who I projected to be 6, is in jeopardy of not even making this team, man. Free agency, here we come. Let me see. Mike Evans, we would have to trade. Mark, yeah, Kenny Galladay is out there. How would y'all feel if we brought Kenny Galladay back? Like, if the Lions brought back Kenny Galladay, how would you feel? Dern says, I see nothing special in Coda. Dern, well, that's because you ain't seen nothing, bro. He caught a decent. You know what? Let's look at this. I'm glad you brought that up. Because that reminds me of something I wanted to. I have to shrink this though, so I can see my. And you still can't see them. My bookmarks. Okay. Let's take a look. Darn, you don't see nothing special in nobody, bro. Darn is like, I don't see anything special in anyone. All right, so here is let me use this one because I don't use this one a lot. I don't use that stinger a ton. So here's Chase Coda. This was in yesterday's practice, catching a nice pass from Jared Goff over the shoulder. I don't know who number 34 is. That's a pretty ball, a pretty catch. Had a step on the defender. I think Chase Coda could make this team. I really do. Hey, darn, Dan likes what he sees, bro. I think Coda can make the team, especially now with with Mims being out. I think he can make the team. He really could. But that's just me. Those are just my thoughts on Chase Coda. Greeny gets on my nerves, doesn't want to give the Lion respect. Who are we talking about? Galladay knows is over, or it's now or never. He might turn it up. Okay, Dern, facts. Bro, facts. I peeped that a long time ago. Hey, I peeped that a long time ago. Could honestly see a Quintez Cephas reunion. I am going to say DNC, Quintez Cephas will never play for the Detroit Lions again. He ruined that. He ruined that. Galladay quit on his team. I would feel all sorts of way because that goes completely against the grit culture they have established. That is true. That is true. I felt that Galladay quit as well. He was never, that year, he never was put on IR. He was always on the injury report. He didn't play for like after week 3 or 4, whatever it was, and was never a Detroit Lion again. But remember, here's why I don't think Kenny Galladay plays for the Detroit Lions. Brad Holmes made the decision to not sign Kenny to a 4-year deal. There are rumors out there that Kenny Galladay wanted a 4-year deal. Brad was willing to offer him a 3-year deal. He turned it down, which is rare because everybody after Kenny Galladay got 1-year deals, like 1-1, 2, 1-1, 2, 3. They had to earn their 3. So if you were walking in and Brad Holmes was willing to give you a 3-year deal, according to the rumors, and you passed on it, look what happened. I mean, Kenny don't need money. Here's my thought. What he couldn't hurt. Kenny Galladay couldn't hurt, right? We need a receiver. That don't mean he have to play. We're not trading for him. He would get probably vet minimum. I don't have any problem with bodies at this point. Mims got hurt in practice. It was last week. He got hurt on like August the 5th, and he hasn't been seen since. Grid, does Drummond make the team? James, I believe he does. I'm going to have to take a look at some wide receivers. Yeah, Mr. Poole will keep looking, bro, because it's bare. It's bare out there. Jarvis Landry, T.Y. Hilton, Kenny Galladay. It's bare, bro. It is super bare. We all know what Watson did. He got 12 games, even a single season for gambling. I'm sorry. NFL, what's your logic? Can't mess with the NFL kid. You the NFL kid, so no, I'm just messing with you. Is Mims playing in any preseason games? I want to see him succeed. Right now, Kevin, that's a no. All you got to do is watch Dan Campbell's press conference from today. And he was like, I mean, he's in the room. He didn't seem too thrilled to be talking about when Mims was popped up, when name was mentioned. T.Y. Hilton wouldn't be bad. I think Jarvis Landry would fit our culture really well. MJJ and Galladay reunion, perhaps. Jason Kabinda, he's lucky because he'll heal the tunnel seeking for a quarter. What is a position where we pick up a surprise play before the season starts? Well, John, we just talking about wide receiver. Wide receiver, I could see a DT. But right now, we went from, so now we're talking about Khalif Raymond, Josh Reynolds, Marvin Jones, and Amon-Ra. Tom Kennedy's gone. Could you imagine if Tom Kennedy was still here? He would have a legit chance to be wide receiver number 6, 5 or 6. So right now, we do not have a 5 or a 6. And then we have to, I don't know, man. I've never seen Dan so bleak. Yeah, today was a tough day. It was like, well, I don't know, Ben. I feel like we've seen him that right when he was at the breaking point in season 1, when Jared Goff was this close to getting benched. It was like we were 0-8, somewhere around there. We had just come back from the Rams game because I believe, this is just my personal opinion, that Jared Goff was in danger of getting benched before the Rams game because we were 0-5 when we went to go play the Rams. But we let him have a Rams game. We led that Rams game. Our defense blew that. And then actually, no, Jared Goff threw that interception. He was getting, isn't it kind of ironic that Aaron Donald caused the interception that sealed the game for the Rams? And then that year, he caused the throw or the sack on Joe Burrow to win the Super Bowl. That's kind of crazy. A little full circle moment. Do we sign a new third string running back? Dylan, I don't think so. I think we're pretty steep back there. It's either going to be, we got Snell, Ozigbo, Mohammed, who is hurt right now, Craig, Jamar. So I don't think we do. Yeah, he wasn't happy today. He was not happy today. Free agent sign. What happened today? Why was he upset? I don't know, Dern. I think he was upset. It was like he was a little testy in the press conference because he knew that Jameson was gone, that he was shutting them down. And I think he knew that those were valuable reps. Also, Denzel Mims, they traded for him. he has been a non-factor and right now is not making the team. Dan Campbell said, quote, he's in the room, meaning he's in the wide receiver room. That, end quote. That was it. So he was just a little chippy today. You could tell he was a little irritated at something. My bold take for a surprise signing after cuts before the season, a way better kicker than we have. That could be, John, but I think we traded for Riley, right? So that's if we cut Mims, that means we lost that trade, which was what is it? They get a 7th round pick. If I thought something happened with the Lions. We get like a 7th round, something real low for Mims, but then you got something similar for Riley Patterson. So cutting both of them, I don't know. Snell locked up that spot. Really? I don't agree with that, DNC. Galladay is a bust. Don't go back. You guys think any Lions staff or player watch these videos? Kev, I think somebody does. You can't help it. You can't help it. I think somebody. Players, not so much. Coaches, no, but maybe somebody on the staff. I mean, Danny has our own YouTube channel, so I would say yes. Leaf and Gibbs are great deep threats. That's true. We could use deep. I've never seen Jahmyr Gibbs catch a 50-yard pass, though. Maurice Alexander could play the wide receiver. I don't know, man. I thought if we cut Mims, they get nothing. I don't know. Deluxe. It's some wonky, so that's probably right. Tackle depth is way worse than the wide receiver room. Offensive line, yeah. How about Drummond? Yeah, I think Drummond. I think 6 will be 5 and 6 will be. I think Drummond is certain, especially if he keeps playing. The long shot to me, I don't know, y'all. It's okay. Coda right now, how Coda's been playing, I could see Chase Coda, but he got high praise coming out of Oregon. He really did. Everybody was raving. His free agent pickup was one of my best videos. Like, people are interested in Chase Coda. If he keeps climbing up that depth chart, yes. And then Maurice Alexander could have a spot on special teams. And then he could be a guy. Okay, so don't forget about the practice squad as well. So I think a lot of our wide receivers, here's what I think happens. Denzel Mims could go to the practice squad because the Lions aren't going to want to just throw him away, seeing as how they gave capital up. So I think 5 and 6 could be Drummond, Coda. Oh, Antoine Green. I forgot about Antoine Green. And then maybe, so I think 5 and 6 is going to come down between those three as of today. Maybe I have a different opinion after the preseason game. But I can tell you this. If you see like a player and their name just keeps getting called, Coda, Drummond, they're making plays. They're going to make this team. If you recall, 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago when it was not the year of Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks was a different year, but it was 2 years ago when it was a battle between Jameer Jefferson and Craig Reynolds. And it literally came down to the last preseason game, and they were going back and forth. And then I think Craig just kind of ran away with it literally at the end. So I think it's still undecided yet, to be determined, but I could see Coda, a combination of Coda, Green, and Drummond. I think Drummond is certain, though, and his story is fantastic. But I think number 6 is going to be between Coda and Green, and then whoever doesn't make it goes on the practice squad with Mims. And I think Denzel Mims is on the practice squad. Will they protect him? I don't know. Green is on the outside looking in. I agree right now. Mark, I believe the number is still 16. It went up to 16 for COVID, and I think it's still 16. Somebody can tell me if that's wrong, though. I don't know. I just feel Benny fits more with what we need, a power back. We just can't go into the season with 3 power backs. I mean, well, David Montgomery, right? Power. Jameer, not. Craig. I wouldn't put Craig as a power. I think he was like, to me, a mixture between Swift and Jamal. He's like a hybrid, I guess we can call him. I'll tell you this. I like what I saw at the preseason game. And my Pittsburgh guys tell me that he's good for 3-4 strong yards, hard yards. He'll get them for you. 5, Drummond and Coda, Mims, and Green on the practice squad. I'm really excited to see our running backs this year. Yeah, me too. Me too. I really want to see. I didn't really see too much David Montgomery because I swear, man, when we played him last year, I don't know how much he was out there. I know Hutchinson tackled him. That was the guy that he came across the line and brought down. But I want to see more from him because I didn't get to see much. You don't think Drummond has a shot? Yes, Mark. Yes. Drummond is number 5. Drummond is number 5. 6 is going to come down between Green, Coda, and I think the loser goes on the practice squad with Mims because Mims right now is not on the team. He's not making the team. He can't play. And if you can't play, you're not making the team. Guaranteed to not make this team. If you go down, you're not making this team. All right, let's see how long we've been on. We have been on for 45 minutes. Okay, so that's right, I was late. I'm really excited to see our running backs this year. Yes, 24. I was hoping you were still in there. Yeah, because Mark from Steelers Nation told me the same thing. So if he does make the team, plus he's a special teamer, so he could. So he could make the team. But yeah, so I'll probably wind up making a training camp video today. Later, I'm just waiting on the Pride of Detroit stuff to come out. I like how they break things down. They got a nice structured format, clean. Is it too okay? Says is it too soon to speculate draft needs? For you, maybe not. For me, yes, I cannot. I'm sorry. I cannot because the NFL season, here's the deal. And this is kind of a long explanation, but I'll try to condense it. Detroit Lions fans, our season is usually over in week 4. We're 0-something. You know how they say if you start the season 0-2, your Super Bowl odds go down. The Lions were 0-3. Or no. When you're 0-3, they go down even further and further. And only one 0-4 Super Bowl team has made the playoffs. That was the 1970 Cincinnati Bengals, something like that. So because our season is usually over before it begins, I like to stay in the season. I cannot talk about the draft while the season's going on. The season is so short. And for Lions fans, it's shorter. We spent all last year from literally week 8 until the last game of the season digging ourselves out of a hole. Because that hole at 1-6 was so big that it took everything to go right. And it almost did, except the Seahawks. We know what happened there. So because of that, I cannot talk about the draft. I refuse. And then February comes, then it's free agents. Then we can start talking about the draft. I just can't. I like to live in the season because it's so short. What happened to, wait. Somebody said, what? Is it too, okay, maybe Grid, are you going to the game? No, James, I am all gamed out until the Kansas City game. Your Miko. Yeah, Miko's good. Mims is fast. Mims hurt. No hands. I'm excited to see Gibbs and Jack Campbell in week 1. Never talk about the draft until the season is over. I look at the draft for Grid. Yeah, Dernest, I just can't, y'all. I cannot do it. We have 7 months of nothing but there's no football. It's all speculation. And I like to live in that brief. If you don't listen, the NFL season is 4 months. That's all it is. September, October, November, December. That's it. January, we got a couple weeks in January and only 14 teams so there are 14 teams that play further. And then the other 18 are going home. And the Detroit Lions usually have a season that is the year before was it's 0. We won a game at 0-10-1. That's when we won our first game in 2021. Last year we started 1-6. I just can't. I have to live. I'd rather root and watch that journey than start talking about the draft because we got all the time in the world. The offseason is so slow. I just can't. Seattle Seahawks and screw. Yep, we know that. I'm new to the channel. What's up, Fence? But I love your streams and the chat is super respectful. God bless y'all. Hey, Phantom, this your first time here? It's going to be a different team. Our secondary is pimped out. What's up, man, Bear? Why are we talking about the draft? I think we talking about the draft because we're conditioned to, and that brings it back full circle, man. What we started this podcast with is Detroit Lions fans. Have you ever thought about how it's going to feel when we win, right? So all the media attention that we're getting, it's weird, right? Because we're used to being the butt of everybody's joke. But now they're mentioning the Detroit Lions. They're no longer laughing at us. They're no longer saying that it's a win. Dan Campbell, Sheila, and Brad are responsible. Chris Spielman, those guys, they're responsible for the brand new Lions, right? The new look Lions, the Lions that are getting respect. For me, it's weird, right? Have you ever thought about what we're going to do if we win a division, which has never happened? NFC North, we all know, right? Have you ever thought of what you're going to do when we win our first playoff game in over 30 years? Have you ever thought what you're going to do if we win the Super Bowl? I honestly believe that there will be some Lions fans that will be sad. Let me tell you why. Because they like being miserable. They like talking negative. They like being negative. When I first start talking Detroit Lions on the platform, you know what sold? You know what was popular? My rants. We were losing and losing and losing. And I got to the point where I would rant like any other Lions fan. I just decided to put it on YouTube. And that's the beginning of my journey to where I am now. But you know what? When we won, it wasn't the same. We lose 3,000, 4,000 views. We win 300, 400 views, if that. I think that Detroit Lions fans are conditioned to be miserable. And we don't know what it feels like to win. I want to know what it feels like. Does anybody remember Matt Patricia? How miserable this team was? I don't want to go back there. I like this. The Detroit Lions were finally getting recognized for being good and not some laughing stock of not the NFL's, the butt of their joke. Do you know? Okay, can anybody tell me the most popular YouTube channel in the NFL other than the NFL, right? What team has the highest subscriber count? And where do you think we rank? You're not going to guess this. The Philadelphia Eagles have almost 400,000 subscribers. The Kansas City Chiefs, the winners of 2 out of the last 4 Super Bowls, have 300 and some odd, okay? The Detroit Lions have just over 100,000. And I guarantee you nobody in this chat, unless you've heard me say it, can tell me where we were subscriber-wise when Matt Patricia was fired, but more when Dan Campbell was hired. There's nobody in this chat that can tell me. The only way you know is if you've heard me say it, because nobody pays attention to this stuff but me. Tom Grassi, Dallas. Manbeer says 17K. Hatter says 13. Xander says 15 to 100. All of those are incorrect. However, Hatter's house was the closest one. We had 19,000 subscribers when Dan Campbell was hired. 19,000. We have 108 now in just over 2 years, 2.5 years. We still have a bottom YouTube channel. It's NFL. If you go look, we're probably bottom maybe 5, bottom 10 for sure. So what I'm trying to say is why? Because our franchise we got a small market and we're losers, or we used to be, right? Now that we're winning, we're getting all this attention and all these bandwagon people that, oh my God, there's a couple YouTubers out, not you 24. There's a couple bandwagon, y'all know who I'm talking about. It's like, would you don't even know the dudes on the team. So you can't talk about my team, right? The bandwagon is filling up. The popularity is starting to grow because people think we're good. So why did I say all that? We will go as creators of the Detroit Lions content. We will go as the team goes. if we're winning and we're taking names and we're all out of bubble gum, all our views are skyrocket. If we start losing, it's only going to be the faithful that's here, right? So Detroit Lions fans, we have something nice for a change. Yeah, we got Jameson Williams. That whole thing is unfortunate, but we have something nice. We ended the season much better than we started it. Did you know they're talking about your team and Super Bowl in the same sentence? They're talking about your team as the NFC North champions. The only ones talking about your team not doing that stuff is your team because they're trying to stay focused, right? We're somewhere we haven't been in a long time. And I don't know about you. I love me some Jim Caldwell. I do. Him getting fired was egregious in my opinion, but everything happens the way it was supposed to happen. Jim Caldwell got fired. Matt Patricia was brought in, ripped everybody down the shreds to the studs. As a result, Stafford leaves because you know and I know that y'all ain't want to let go of Stafford. Y'all didn't want to let go of Stafford. Stafford had to let go of y'all. Now we are free. There's no more Patricia people on this team except Riley Patterson. There might be one or two maybe. Somebody tell me. If a Patricia, nope, Trey Flowers I think was the last one. Riley, before Riley Patterson came back, there's no Patriots on this team, ex-Patriots. We have something nice. We're building something better. Can we please enjoy it? That's all I'm saying. Know what it feels like to win. I think we're so conditioned to lose that we can't accept the fact that, hey, we could win. I'm telling you, like I said earlier in the show, SOL fans are ready to come. Oh, by the way, did Pat McAfee ever do anything in Detroit after he said he was when the Packers beat us? Somebody tell me, man. Pat McAfee. Hold on. He need a...
Young punk. Pat McAfee is a young punk. I'm glad he going to young punk. Silence.
Pat McAfee's a chump. Yeah, Dano said we were 5th place sneaky Super Bowl pick. This is our year. I feel it. I'll tell you this. I'll be 50 in 6 years. And I think we win a Super Bowl by that time. I'll be 50 in 6 years. We'll win a Super Bowl by then. I feel like the NFL is even kind of on our side too. They won last year, but they on our side now. We coming. We're not already here. We coming. Pat is a fool. Ragnow. No. I'm talking about somebody who was brought from the Patriots to the Detroit Lions. Jamie Collins, Justin Coleman, Trey Flowers, Danny Amendola. Those guys. Riley Patterson was a Patriot, and then we picked him up or something like that. I don't think there is. Your best run I saw was when somebody named Mike was drafting a mobile QB when our defense was the worst. You told him you're putting him in a corner. I thought you were going to have a stroke. Well, Rainbow Girl, those were like the later ones. I'm talking about like the early days when my hairline was a little, more, it resembled a straight line a little bit more than it is now. I think the Jaguars deserve some thanks in Detroit too. They took Trayvon Walker over Aiden. Hey, best moment by far, because I was rooting for Aiden all day long. But we have been on for almost an hour. We're going to wrap up the show. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, if you are local, come to the watch party that we're having week 2. That's what this QR code is for. If, of course, you're watching me on a TV or your computer. If not, you can click the link in the description. It is the first comment, okay? We're looking to have a big night. Come out, support the Lions home opener. I'll be coming back from Kansas City. I'm going to be tired, but we still going to do this thing. Hopefully, our team is 1-0 when we face the Seattle Seahawks at home. We'll be right back here next Thursday at 4 o'clock. Let me know if you want an earlier show. I can do that as well. And we will be on for the live stream watch party on Saturday. And this Saturday, I'm going to try to introduce, it's going to be called the Detroit Lions pregame tailgate, where we'll be on for maybe a half hour, get on at 11:30 or so, and we will talk about what we want to see from the team. That will continue when the season actually begins. I'm also still working on the computer, so if you guys are not local, you will be able to hopefully see the game. 300 people will be able to come in through a Zoom meeting and watch the game. Don't worry about it streaming. It's not going to be streaming. It's just going to be a screen share, so don't worry about that. And the last thing I wanted to say was, man, it was something about the live stream. Phone calls, all that stuff will be coming back. All right. So we'll be back on. And yeah, man, you guys are awesome, bro. I will see you guys next time. Peace. Tired. Now I got to make a video. The grind never stops, man.